Let's talk about getting more productive in business development. This mini course is for people like me, busy business owners doing their own business development, for small business development department, jack of all trades, people who do everything from identifying opportunities to writing proposals, and anybody else in the business development profession who gets overwhelmed at times. I'm sure that's not foreign to you because we tend to do a lot. We have to have a lot on our plates. And sometimes we even sabotage ourselves when we don't know where to get started. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've learned and some of the techniques that are going to help you there. So what you need to realize is it's really hard to do all the work a lot of the times we have on our plates if you're from a small, especially from a small department that does business development or from a small business. When you have limited resources, you don't have anybody really to help you. So imagine a busy train station and you're the only conductor to move those trains forward. So the way that you do that, since it's just you or maybe one other person helping, is you must move one train forward, get off, then run back, and then move another train forward, then run back. So it gets really difficult and really frustrating. And you must do this until you win more to be able to hire more help, to expand the department, to lighten your load, and hopefully, that's actually an option, right? So it's a very difficult proposition, and we get a lot on our plates. So recently, I actually had a privilege of listening to a lecture by an expert in this field, Maura Thomas, regainyourtime.com. And she actually said that productivity means achieving or producing a significant amount of results. Now, significant is something that you determine. What does it mean? What does significant mean for you? When do you feel that you are being productive? When do you feel that you're living the life that you want to be living? And what kind of life do you want to lead? And what kind of person and professional do you want to be? So what is on our plates as typical business developers? A few proposals, RFIs, pipeline tasks, personal tasks perhaps, because our personal lives always leach into our professional lives. So you may start out with a clear to-do list, but a lot of the times in this field, our time gets hijacked by fire drills. You have to respond to a lot of fire drills, and then you're not in charge of your day anymore. You have incoming emails, colleagues hijack the day, put you in a reactive mode. The overwhelm that really sets in means freezing up or spinning, like you don't know where you want to start. Your list grows bigger and bigger, and you get overwhelmed by the fact that you don't want to put tasks on the list because visually it just gets too much. And what results is adult attention deficit disorder, frustration, chronic procrastination, stress. All of that kind of plagues this profession very much. And Maura, for example, the one that I mentioned earlier, the expert, she actually calls it the lion syndrome. So a lot of times the tamers, the people who tame lions, they get into a cage with a stool, four-legged stool. Well, why is there a stool? Well, because lions actually apparently get overwhelmed by the four legs. They don't know which one to attack, so they really don't do anything. So that's really what the purpose of the stool is, not just to put the distance between the tamer and the lion, the animal with big teeth, but the fact that the lion actually gets confused as to what to attack. And we get the same way when we get just too much coming our way. When you really think about where do you give your attention, which leg of the stool you give your attention to, or what do you choose to give your attention to, time management really is attention management. There's a quote by William James, "My experience is what I agree to attend to. Only those items which I notice actually shape my mind." So recognize your attention is being stolen and take control. Controlling attention really means controlling your actions, which means controlling your life. It's kind of deep, right? But our day-to-day tasks really make the sum total of our life's experience. And the first tip really that I've learned and I started applying to my life is to control your environment. Number one is set boundaries about people access and honor them yourself. Honoring them yourself means if you're saying, okay, I'm working on this, and let's say that you're managing a proposal team, and people use the open door policy, they can interrupt you at any time, and set up a quiet time where nobody interrupts you and honor that, meaning that you actually stop people. at the threshold, or you put some sort of a sign, hey guys, I'm working right now, please don't disturb me, so you can get your tasks done. A lot of proposal managers, I see them during the day, they interact, and when do they get their projects done, their work done, and read the proposal? Well, after hours. What kind of life is that? So it's very difficult. Honor that yourself. Honor your boundaries. Find a quiet place. Work away from the war room if you can. If you're always exposed to people, there's some tasks that are going to be very difficult to do that require extreme concentration. And we have to pay a lot of attention to detail. Also, empower staff to solve problems of their own. Don't be the micromanager that has to do everything yourself. Make sure that you learn how to delegate and how to manage people. If not, take classes on that. Control your technology. Don't use push notifications, things that just come to you, essentially. Make sure that you can fetch the information when you're ready for that. Set up time for email. Don't allow the email to constantly ding, ding, ding and distract you into your mailbox. That alone has really revolutionized my life. Use do not disturb feature. Let the important numbers through, set them up, use your technology in a smart way. Don't let the technology hijack your life. Put your phone away from the line of sight. A lot of the times when we don't see our, dear phones, a lot of times we don't pick them up too. Set up a few times a day to process email after an initial check in the morning on your phone. Just check if there's any fire drills, emergencies, but then just stick to a schedule and be diligent about that. Also, control your behavior. Be fully present for every activity. No distractions and thought of action. That is another thing that I have practiced when I don't really allow myself to wander my thoughts when I'm working on something. That has made me less tired, because switching activities is really, really difficult and tires you out. Also, remove self-sabotage. The switching, that multitasking is cognitive switching, that essentially depletes your energy in a big way. And multitasking is when you engage in more than one activity that requires the same part of your brain. So if you, for example, are doing dishes and talking to a friend, it's different parts of your brain, right? But if you are trying to work on a compliance matrix and read the proposal at the same time and answer a few emails, you're going to be absolutely drained. It decreases quality of outcomes, right? So when you multitask, you're more likely to make mistakes, and mistakes are unforgivable a lot of times in our profession. So when we don't have any kind of recovery time, when it's in a timeline to submission, that can really cost you your job in some cases, right? More likely to miss important information and cues. For business developers, we a lot of times work in the world of nuance. We can miss some really important pieces of information that could be making a difference between winning and losing. You're less likely to retain information. Your memory gets worse. And by the way, multitasking ability actually declines with age. The more you do of it, the worse you get, not the better you get. So don't be unrealistic in what you get done in one day either. A lot of times we only get to 3 to 5 tasks on our list, and the rest are all the things that are happening around us. So make sure you don't set yourself up for failure. So there are going to be more mini courses coming in the series. Read more at Thomas's Personal Productivity Secrets and Work Without Walls at regainyourtime.com. Also, GovCon Incubator mentoring will help you prioritize your business development tasks if you're a very small business. Check us out. Proposal procrastination flowchart, Procrastinate in Style, download it, it's free. And our Bid Proposal Academy courses on writing persuasive federal proposals will help you write faster and better and save time. And Advanced Capture Management Proposal Management courses will help you with checklists and all different techniques to manage your day and to manage your team better. Thank you very much. Until next time, take care.